Welcome back to 6-Minute Math, where we turn confusion into clarity 6 minutes at a time. Thank you for joining us today, where we will discuss subtracting fractions. 6 minutes goes by quickly, so here we go. Our key points for subtracting fractions is that we first need to find a common denominator. For this, we can use one of two methods. We can skip count the bottom number until we get the same number. This would be my lowest common multiple. Option 2, we could just multiply both denominators together to find a common denominator that way. Once we find that common denominator, we will create equivalent fractions. We will subtract, or if we have to add, we could add, but in this video we will subtract the numerators. Our denominator will remain the same. And then lastly, we will simplify. If you are thinking that this process looks familiar to adding, that's because it exactly is. So let's see some examples of subtracting. We are going to subtract 5/6 minus 1/6, and I have my checklist here. I find a lowest common denominator. In this case, I have a common denominator already, so I don't need to do that, and I also don't need to create equivalent fractions. We're going to subtract my numerators, 5 minus 1, and we will get 4. Our denominators will remain the same at 6. And then our last step, always with fractions, is to simplify if I'm able. We can simplify this fraction by dividing top and bottom by 2. If you need help with that process, please check out our video here at 6-Minute Math called Simplifying Fractions. We get a final answer after our simplification of 2/3. How about another example here? We're going to subtract 3/4 minus 3/8. I need to find a lowest common denominator. In this case, I am just going to skip count for both of my numbers. And I can see that my lowest common multiple between both numbers is 8. My second fraction already has a denominator of 8, so that fraction can remain the same. And I need to create an equivalent fraction for my first, which if you need help, please check out our video here called at equivalent fractions. 6/8 minus 3/8. 6 minus 3 is 3, and my denominator will remain the same. I cannot simplify 3/8, therefore it will be my final answer. How about another example? 3/4 minus 1/2. Now in this case, we are going to multiply our two denominators together. 4 times 2 is 8. Therefore, I'm going to create my equivalent fractions with 8 as my denominator. My first fraction would turn into 6/8, and my second fraction would turn into 4/8. 6 minus 4 is 2. My denominator stays the same, and then I'm going to reduce by dividing top and bottom by 2 for a final answer of 1/4. Let's do another example where we are going to multiply to find a common denominator. I'm going to multiply 5 and 7, which would make my new common denominator 35. To create my equivalent fractions, I would have to figure out how did I go from 5 to 35. In that case, I'm multiplying by 7. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 5 is 35. 2 times 5 is 10. and then I can do my subtraction because I have my common denominators. 21 minus 10 is 11, and my denominator of 35 will remain the same, and I actually cannot simplify in this case. On to our last example here, where we are going to subtract 3 fractions. I do need to find my lowest common denominator between all 3 fractions, so I'm going to do my skip count method. 4, 8, 12, 16, 6, 12, 18. A quick scan of all of my multiples sees that 12 is my lowest common one between all 3 numbers. I'm going to make 12 my denominator of all of my fractions, and then create my equivalent ones. I have 8 over 12 minus 3 over 12 minus 2 over 12. In this case, I just follow my subtraction rules. 8 minus 3 minus 2 will be 3 over 12. And then I would reduce by dividing both of these by 3 for an absolute final answer of 1 over 4. Those are all the examples we have today for subtracting fractions. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 6Minute Math, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below for any topic you want to see me tackle in a future 6-minute episode. Always remember that the best way to get math is to practice math. So keep on practicing, and until next time, keep solving and evolving.